Welcome back to Little Cabin on the Hill. It's been forever since we posted a video, so it's about time. We've just got back to the property for the first time in probably a month or so, and just been busy, so haven't had a lot of time to make any videos, or at least haven't had any interesting projects to work on. So since we're back this weekend, thought we'd show you a little bit of what we're doing, getting ready to clear out a section of woods, and I'll flip you around here in a second to show you why and what we're doing. All right, so as you can see, most of what we have to deal with at our property, again, we have like about 60 acres, 61 acres almost, and it's pretty densely wooded, mostly hardwoods. There are some pine trees, but for the most part, we have an awful lot of poplar and some maple and different varieties of oaks. Just kind of spin you around here where I'm standing. So this is... Here's my tractor back in the corner. Over there you can just see the front of it is the shed where I keep the tractor. So one thing that we really like, there's one area of a trail that we just really like that has some pine trees on it. And we know like pine trees aren't as valuable as hardwoods in terms of firewood and that kind of thing, but we just really like them. And since we have so much of this dense kind of forest hardwood, we found a couple of pockets where we have some little pine trees that just don't grow very well because they're so shaded out. And but right back in here, there's a little trail that we've got that goes up behind the site where we went to build our house. But there's a little section in there that we found all sorts of small, young pine trees that just don't get a chance to grow because they're blocked out from the sun from the other trees. So what we'd like to do is actually clear some of that out a little bit. So I'll just take you through here, walk along the trail. Hopefully I'm holding the camera steady enough for you. So you can see we actually started this a while back. Didn't get anything really on film. But so we've cleared some of this out already. You can see here's one little pine tree, but it's right in the middle of our trail, but I'm going to leave it for now. But over here, you can see there's, some young pine trees all the way, through here, all the way back up here. Hopefully you can see it well enough. But we've started clearing out a bunch of the little trees. Some of the big ones we're leaving for now, but there were a lot of this little, here's our brush pile, a lot of scrub-like trees. Small things that were competing at least for energy with the pine trees. So we started clearing it out, and we have one more day here this weekend. So we thought we'd get up here and maybe do a little more clearing so you could see this area up through here. A lot of little stuff on the ground is not that big of a deal, but a lot of these, again, like some of these little trees right here that are just, the leaves are starting to be where they're going to block that pine tree's access to sunlight. And another little one back over here. So we're going to just take care of some of these little ones for now. Back up in here, there's more. So we don't have a specific number of these that we're trying to take out right now, but nothing major, especially since when all the leaves are on the trees. We're just gonna, I think, take it easy, just do some small ones for now. And actually I forgot to bring my wedges, unfortunately, with me at this trip. Not the trip, but up to this particular area. So I'm just going to use my saw, and we'll just look at little trees for now where I don't have to worry about it. But that's what we're up to. So we'd kind of like to just kind of make some clearings where we can give some of the pine trees a chance to grow and prosper like like the other trees that are here. So anyways, that's what we're up to. Not terribly exciting, but we thought we'd maybe get some of this on video for now and get it onto the channel since it's been so long. So anyways, hopefully we'll get some video here when my wife gets up here, and you'll see how we're doing on our project. Stay tuned.
So our job du jour, there's Freya. being a good little girl, staying where she was put, like a good girl. So we're back at it again. If you've seen any of our past footage of the woods here, is that it's really, really dense. Like, it's very, very dense, and parts of that I really like. But one of the things we want to have is a pine forest, a little area of pine trees. And this area has got quite a few of these little baby pine trees. We have some old growth stuff, but mostly it's these baby pine trees, and they just die every year. They get killed out. So we're up here today thinning out some of just the straggly underbrush type trees. We're not taking down anything big. We're just taking down small stuff, and we're clearing out what already fell. We had quite a bit of fall in this area when we had that last storm that came through and all that rain. So we're just kind of coming through here and we're thinning this out. And it's already thinned out quite a bit. We're just trying to give these little pine trees a fighting chance. And it might be hard to tell from here, but it's kind of in this area, it's a ring around here of pine trees. Ironically, there's not really an old one here in this area, but that's fine. So we're just trying to give these guys a little chance. We won't take out any of the big trees, but we do want to take out some of the smaller, straggly trees and give these little guys a fighting chance. We'll pile up our wood. We'll figure out what happens next with it, but I don't want to cut down too much, but I think some is going to be necessary. These little trees said thank you.
Ready, and take it goes that way. I'll push it this way.
Those little trees. They have a fighting chance. So this dead tree there, Dan's worried about taking down because it's sort of hung up in the tree up there. So he saved it as the grand finale, he called it. For better or worse. Okay.
Drag it down.
That didn't go as planned. Just thinking about it. Stay here, Frank. looks like it wants to slide, but it's not. I think he just needs to leave it. Just leave it. He can't hear me. Uh-oh. Now what's he going to do? I think you just need to leave it.
I think we'll pull that down with the tractor.
Oh, I was just going to say leave it and let it just come down on its own.
Do it on its own, but I don't think I can do anything else with it.
All right.
It's pretty stuck.
It's pretty stuck.
Yeah, I was hoping the weight would be enough. It's hard to tell how many branches are up there holding it.
I think it looks pretty good out here now.
Getting there.
We made 3 new piles of brush.
Okay, so here's the tractor shed. And this sits in an area of the property. It's not right next to where the house site, where we want to build the house eventually, sitting, but it's sitting in another area that had been cleared out by the previous owner as a potential house site. But, so this is the location. I mean, what it looks like. It's fairly clear. In my mind, when I'm away from the property, it seems more level than it is. You could probably get a sense. I'm holding the camera level there, so you can see it's all really sloping down towards the woods on this side. But what we'd like to do is be able to get a pole barn or a shop of some sort up in this area, thinking about the future. Future needs as far as just having something nice to be able to work on the tractor and whatever other workshop type things we want to do. But so there's the area I had originally thought about in my mind as I was away from the property, thinking it would be nice to put something over along this way so it's not taking up all of this empty land kind of going this direction. But there's an awful lot of slope to the land over there, so it would take more to kind of level that out to get a pad in place for the shop than if we go this way. It's not level, but it's a lot closer to being flat than the other direction. So I don't know, I'm thinking at the moment like a 20 or 24 by 30 or 32 size shop. But as I didn't measure it with a tape measure, but just kind of stepping it off, the shed over there is 20 by 20. So it took me about 9 steps to walk from one side to the other. So just kind of guessing. It seems like it takes up more space here than I really thought it was going to. But we really don't have any other great options as far as where to put it at the moment. So I don't know, just something I'm muddling through right now in my mind, trying to decide, if we put it there, we're only going to have a little bit of usable space that direction. At one point we thought about this would be a nice space for a garden. Excuse me. But yeah, that shop's going to take up more space than I thought, so it's only going to leave a little bit of area for a garden in the future. But maybe we'll just have to cross that bridge when we get to it. So anyways, thought being, we put a pole barn up here, and when we're actually getting ready to build, what we'd like to do is be able to take anything that we've got in our store from our current house, and store it here on our property while we're building the main house, instead of trying to rent something. So anyways, that's the thought. But so I'm not sure how soon we'll get working on this, but I think I'll probably start getting some estimates on getting a concrete pad in here, and then I can decide if I'm actually if I want to build on top of the pad, or if I want to do a pole barn kind of traditional fashion and then have the pad poured after that. So I don't know, more to come. Just a random thought before I close out the video. Okay, so right across the way from the shed is the area again we were working yesterday, trying to clear some of the spots for the pine trees to grow. So I know Amanda captured a bunch of this, I think, yesterday, but just thought I'd walk back up through here again to show you our progress. We're just kind of throwing stuff into brush piles, you know, for now. Leave that as habitat for whatever wants to live in there. But I think we're making some pretty good progress. There's still, you know, there's plenty of daylight for the moment for these things to at least start growing. We'll have to make some decision about some of the larger trees eventually. What we want to leave, what we want to take down. We don't want to take it all down. But anyways, we just kind of kept plowing our way through here, or plodding our way through here. One thing that I'll show you, the last things I did yesterday, I think Amanda got it on camera, was, I'll spin around here slowly, this situation here. So I had this dead tree that had kind of tipped over and fell into the top of this tree. And I was trying to cut off sections. I cut off 2 or 3 sections of the base. They're kind of laying over here. And I was hoping it would drop far enough where it would disengage from the tree up there, but it did not. So it's still hanging up there, and I didn't want to mess with it yesterday. I wasn't really prepared to do anything really with it. So anyway, so we're going to leave this. We're going to be gone. This isn't an area where anybody really walks on a regular basis, especially when we're not here, but hopefully not anyways. So scan way back up here again. So you can see it's pretty tall. It's not a very big thing, but you don't want it to fall on you for sure. So I think next time we come, I'll bring the tractor back up in here and put a chain on it and see if we can coerce it out that way instead of, you know, or maybe the wind will take care of it before we get back here. So I don't know, we'll see. So I guess that about wraps it up. Not too exciting, I guess, this time. Thanks for sticking with us if you did throughout the video. And if you like it, come back again next time. Hopefully it won't be quite as long before we post another video. So take care. See you next time at the little cabin on the hill.
Here's Dan clearing the forest. All right, that thing probably weighs 1.5 pounds, if that.